What's poppin', T Subs, the T Squad? Happy Friday to y'all, child. So look, in lieu of me really not giving y'all a T talk this week because it really wasn't too much that was going on that was worth my time and worth getting up here dealing with. I did find one thing that I found very interesting, which inspired all of this. So I was on DJ Richie Sky's channel. Shout out to DJ Richie Sky, and he did an interview with Chris Bassett about 2 days ago. And he shared a lot of things in this little 50 to 55-minute interview that he gave DJ Richie Sky. Really great interview. Chris was always, as always, is open to be open and honest and just give the real as he see it, as it came to him, as it pertained to him. And I was all down for it. So I took about four small little clippings of the interview because, like I said, it wasn't my interview, so I'm not going to take all of that. If y'all want to see the interview in its entirety, and I really hope y'all do, I'm going to put the channel link, the video link down in the description box. All y'all got to do is click down on it. It'll take y'all right to it, and y'all can see the entirety of the interview. But I took small little four small videos or whatever the case may be from that I was the most taken aback by or that I found the most interesting or whatever. And I want to bring it up to you guys. So I'm about to post that up here right now. And yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit to last year when this reunion happened. In your mind, like what was going through your mind? Just walk us through that night as you remember it.
Yeah, so everybody thinks I was pissed off at Nicki Minaj. Now, I didn't like that she put Candace on the spot to sing. I mean, as someone who sings, and watching her, she likes to be prepared and make sure the vocal cords are ready. She didn't want to do Drive Back because it's not a song that you sing a cappella, whatever. So, yes, I had some issues there. But go back and watch some of the questions that Andy was asking. I was pissed off about that. He tried to really, put Candace to the fire and hold her accountable for everything. Talking about, well, you're the common denominator, and it's always you, and it's this and this and this. I was mad at Giselle and Robin for suggesting that, here's something funny, telling Candace that words are important, and the way that you say them and the way people interpret them, it's damaging and hurtful. Fast forward to this reunion. Giselle, well, what you're saying versus what's interpreted, the words that you're using, no, it's my feelings. So you understand, but you're playing in people's faces, and it's fucked up. So, yeah, I was mad at Giselle. I was mad at Andy. I was mad at Nikki. I was mad at everybody because I didn't like the one-sided attack of it. I just didn't. I didn't think it was cool to sit there and say, well, if she would have popped you this time, I'd have been okay. Well, I'm not mad that Mia threw a glass of drink and hit Wendy with a purse because I don't like Wendy. But that's fucked up. That's a small mindset to have those kind of thoughts. So I was mad at everybody. That's why when you said, oh, are you mad? We'll talk about it later. Because I didn't want to talk to you right then. Just didn't. So, but the funny thing is that clip, that's actually after we talked.
What?
That clip was at the very end of the reunion. The very end of the reunion. We talked on the break between when the husbands came out and before they went out for Nikki. That's why she asked me to go check because we didn't know Nikki was there at that point. But she's like, oh, I know the ladies are still supposed to go back out. She's like, can you go check if they're ready for us? So you were already uncomfortable, but you're like, oh, are you mad? Are you mad?
That adds an extra element to this conversation that I don't think many people knew.
They didn't know. I've never said it until just now. I've never said it but that was at the very end of the reunion. And we had our conversation on a break.
Did y'all ever get a chance to actually talk about what you went to what you wanted to have a conversation about?
Well, I was in the room for 10 minutes.
Okay.
We had a 10-minute conversation before she was like, hey, can you go check to see if they need me? Yeah, no problem. And what we were talking about was and that's the other thing. I didn't lie about anything. Well, you said I was in there complaining about my wife. No, I wasn't complaining about my wife. I was complaining about the dynamic of the group and how if you guys don't get your shit together and all you do is fight and bicker and argue and never come to any resolution, nobody's going to want to tune in. Now look where we are this season. Nobody wants to watch because you're making stuff up. You're not telling the truth. All you do is fight. And that's across the board. That's not singling anybody. That's across the board.
Understanding of that, especially in light of not getting reality. So I want to get your opinion on not getting Robin's true story.
Yeah.
Especially when you were literally put into the oven and fried.
Right. So I go back and forth with this a little bit. I think, we all have probably things in our life that we would prefer not get out on camera. That's human nature. Yeah. I don't hold anything against Robin for not wanting to put that out there. Especially everything she's gone through with her relationship with Juan over 7 years. And let's be honest, the social media aspect of this it can be brutal at times. I've been on the good and the bad end. It is what it is. And you never like to read bad things about you or your significant other. Like, I'm actually more okay. You can talk shit about me, but if you're talking about Candace, I'm going to lose my shit. Like, that's just how I am. I think you know this personally. I think we're very close to anyway. So I don't fault her for not really wanting to put that out there. For the fans, it sucks for them because there's real stuff that could have been talked about. I don't even really fault Giselle for not bringing it up because that's your best friend. And if we're talking about being best friends, I wouldn't want my best friend to do that either. Where I run into issue, and was it set up? Was it talked about? Was it a plot to, we use this word plot now since like season 5. Was it a plot to hide this? Let's talk about this. I don't know if it was or if it wasn't. It's disheartening and it's upsetting that it went down this way because it's like the first 5-6 episodes, it was like a new person, right? And a new story about Chris. And it was like, guys, come on. Like, seriously. And then, you know what? I'm going to say one other thing that no one knows about. Well, Candace knows and a few other people now know. But the show began airing in October. I got a very random anonymous DM in November from somebody. And again, we all get DMs from people and it's tough to decipher what's real, what's not. I did not believe this DM whatsoever. But it said that there was a producer on our show that paid money to Giselle and Ashley to say at the reunion that when I was in that room with Giselle, I grabbed my penis and that I actually said more to Ashley to try and get her to go to the hotel. Again, I didn't think anything of it. Leading up to the reunion, Giselle was doing several interviews to which she said, I'm not holding back. There's more to the story. I'm going to say everything. So now I'm starting to remember this DM and I start to have some concerns. So the day of the reunion, usually the husbands, we don't have a call time until like 2 or 3 or later, but the ladies are there like 6 a.m. I go down there in the morning. I meet with some executives. I show them this DM. I say, listen, I don't believe this. I don't want to believe this. I just want to make you aware because I am concerned with some of the things that have been said leading up to the reunion. All of them assured me this is nothing. No way. There's no way this happened. We would have heard about this. Giselle loves the show too much. This cannot be real. So good. I'm glad you feel that way. Makes me feel better because I feel that way. And I really didn't think anything of it until we filmed the reunion. And I don't remember if they showed this or not. But as I'm talking to Giselle and trying to get her to explain what it actually was that I did, Ashley leans over and says, well, Giselle, was it maybe his posture or did he, like his body language? Did he say something? Pew, 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 pew. Red flags. And then at the very end of my conversation with Giselle, when the husbands were out there, Candace and I both asked her point blank, well, you said in your interviews that you were going to say it all. Is there more? You had more to say, but you haven't said anything. Is there anything more to say? And she sat there, she's like, I got nothing right now. Okay. So those things, they raise flags. But again, I don't want to believe that they're true. But what do you do with that information? I mean, every time that Ashley said something this season, she had that stupid shitting grin on her face, right? Like she would say something to Candace, and it's like even the first time when Giselle mentioned to Candace and Candace left, and Ashley's like, why did Candace leave? And Giselle, I don't know. So it's all very weird. But like I said, I stand by everything that I said and what I did.
What's good, child? We back, girl. So yeah, that was not all that Chris said, but that was all that I took and all that I gathered from that situation. I will say this: I agree with every single solitary last damn word of what Chris said because I saw the interview in its entirety. Shout out to DJ Richie Sky for asking all of the right questions that a lot of the viewers and, well, reviewers like myself and a lot of the viewers had about the reunion and so on and so forth. And again, I still don't get, or I still don't understand how Giselle Bryant, Robin Dixon, Ashley Darby, and Sharice Jackson Jordan at this point could still have a job, could still be able to sit here in front of our faces, considering they have absolutely nothing to give us and absolutely nothing to show for it. And since we're saying that, we can go on ahead and add Mia Thornton to that list too. I don't think it's right that Giselle and Robin and Ashley could still have a job considering what they did to this man. Don't matter if he's black, white, indigo, purple, blue, violet. It don't matter. I still don't think it's cool what they did to this man, but they could still sit amongst the cast and still sit amongst everybody else to do what? Do the same thing to somebody else's husband next season because that seems to be the thing. Which is why a lot of people are not going to be reviewing this show next season. I don't know if I'm going to be one of them people in that. Much like Scotty pointed out, I said that about Basketball Wives, but I'm still reviewing it. So am I going to be one of them ones that's going to stop reviewing the show because of this? I said that, but the gag is and the reality is I don't know. But I will say this: I think it's fucked up that them three hoes can still have a job and sit up amongst them people. I still say, but whatever. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about what Chris had to say. Get y'all thoughts and opinions and y'all views. Again, I say make sure to head on over to DJ Richie Sky's channel if y'all want to see the interview in its entirety. And again, I'm encouraging y'all to go and do it because other things were asked. He gave other insight, backstory, and shed light to a lot of other things that I found informative or whatever. But I'm not going to take all that or whatever. Y'all head round there to look at that. I'm gone. Bye.